Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. Today we are looking at the topic punctuations. What are the objectives for today's class? Number 1. Examine the types of punctuation marks, explain the usage of various punctuation marks, and punctuate given sentences. So having known the usage of these punctuation marks, you will be given sentences to punctuate, and then from there you punctuate S's. So, the first one here, we have the full stop or the period. This is commonly used. You use it at the end of a sentence that is not a question or an exclamation. So if a sentence is a question, you use your question mark. If it's an exclamation, use your exclamatory mark. So you have an example there. A word is enough for the wife. That's the full stop. Also, you also use the full stop or the period for abbreviation. For instance, you have PhD, BA, MSc. So you see, for abbreviation, after the H, you have your period, full stop, and all that. So then the next one, another punctuation mark is the comma, which is also commonly used. It is used in a list of words or word groups. For instance, she bought wristwatch, pen, this, and that. And all that one you use your comma. Now, you also use it before direct speech or a short quotation. For instance, the girl grumbled and said. So after that, after said, you want to quote what has been said, you make use of the comma. So don't forget this when we are doing direct and indirect speech. The comma is very, very important. And then another one is the colon. It is used to introduce a list. You want to explain some things and you're going to be listing them. You make use of the colon first to show us that you want to make a list. You can see the candidate filled the following subject. Then you have the colon. You have the colon there. Biology, comma, physics, and chemistry. You have the period. So use the colon to introduce a list. Next is the quotation marks. It is used to enclose direct speech or other quoted materials and the accompanying punctuation. So other quoted materials and the accompanying punctuation. In other words, if it's a question, you quote everything. If it's an exclamation, you quote what has been exclaimed. So that's the duty of the quotation mark, to show that someone has said something, to show that something has been said by someone. So you need the quotation mark in your direct speech. Next, another punctuation mark is capitalization. Another punctuation is the capitalization. So all of these are mechanics. We call them mechanics. Punctuation marks and use of capitalization. So you have to capitalize, you have to use a capital letter for first letter in a sentence. So please don't forget, when you are writing, for every sentence, the first letter must be in capital letter. And then first word in a quotation. First word in a quotation. You want to quote what Mr. Femi has said, you have to, the first letter has to be in capital letter. So first word in a quotation. Don't forget that when we are doing direct and indirect speech and all that. So another one is titles of people. You want to say Mr., you want to say Mrs., you want to say Dr. Femi. You have to, the first letter has to be in capital letter. So titles of people, Prof, Professor, so it has to be in capital letter. Also for days of the week and months. So even if you're writing them within sentences, you want to write Tuesday, you want to say January, you want to say September, it has to be in capital letter. Please don't forget. Also the pronoun I, yes, the pronoun I. I've always told you that the I has to be written like this. So even if you write your I like this, and it's very long, that's just like small letter I, a big small letter I. So it does not make it to be capital letter I. So even if this is as short as this, but it is legible and you are written like this, it is capital I. So please, even if this is in the middle of a sentence, it has to be written properly. Please, let's take note. In your essay, in whatever writing, your personal pronoun I must be capitalized wherever it is in the sentence. Also, the proper nouns. Yes, the proper nouns, names of people, names of places, peculiar places, towns and cities and all that. They have to be written in capital. The first letter has to be in capital letter. Also titles of books and movies. Please don't forget. So if you have questions, you can drop them in the streams so that we can discuss. And please feel free to do the task and pay attention to instructions. Take your time to read instructions and don't rush. Thank you.